Dear students, we know that man has started his journey several millennia ago. That infant step taken by man has brought us to the present modern day world we live in. Man's insatiable hunger for knowledge and his lust for power since ancient times has kept him busy to discover and find success. Today's lesson for BSc 3rd Sem is entitled The Quest for Man by Jawaharlal Nehru. In this essay, Nehru is communicating with his daughter Indira Priyadarshini through letters, especially when he was serving at a prison at prison in Braili during British rule in India. And his first set of letters were written in 1928 when Indira Gandhi was just 10 years old. He wrote those letters from the Himalayan hill station of Mussoorie. When Nehru was shifted from Braili prison to Dehradun, Nehru was shifted in such a way that people might not notice him, and therefore they took him to a remote station, and from there he was brought to the prison of Dehradun by train. Nehru liked Dehradun because Dehradun was a hill station with a much pleasant temperature. In fact, from his prison cell, he could overlook the lush greenery and the breezy trees around him. And this terrain reminded him of Ceylon and Malabar. Ceylon, it is the old name of Sri Lanka. Malabar is the whole name of Kerala. In this letter, he is fascinating the readers with the vivid images of past before our eyes. How the world we live in has changed and progressed from time to time. He says that the old civilizations have fallen down and have given space for the new ones to rise like a tide. He compares history with a river, and this river will never go dry. Its tracks will always overflow with water. And this river of history runs from age to another age. And it ultimately rushes onto the unknown sea. In fact, when man discovered fire and started agriculture, this paved a way for civilization to flourish and expand. And this was the beginning of a sparkling start for the history. Nehru says that history it is like a skeleton of old happenings. He wished that it was possible for him to cover it with flesh and blood to make history alive and breathing. He says that to know our past or our history better, we have to rely upon our imagination. Imagination will indeed transform the trial or the past history of man a real and a living for us. Review. Nehru is writing a letter to his daughter from the Dehradun jail. is informing her about the history or the past trail of our ancestors. And also, he tells us that discovering fire and agriculture has revolutionized our civilization. History becomes alive by imagination. Review questions. From which jail Nehru was shifted to Dehradun? By what means Nehru was shifted to Dehradun? When did Nehru write his first letter? About what Nehru is writing to his daughter? Nehru compares history with a dash and dash. Thank you. This ends our first session.